Part 1. The First Contact. I never believed in aliens. Not really. I used to think the universe was quiet, empty, just stars burning far away, with no interest in us. That changed on October 17th, 2009. I remember the date clearly, because that was the night the sky answered me. It was 2:43 a.m. The town was asleep. No cars, no voices, only the soft sound of wind moving through dry grass. I lived near the desert back then, miles away from the nearest city, the kind of place where the stars feel too close. I stepped outside to smoke, looking up at the sky like I always did. Orion was clear. The Milky Way stretched like a pale scar across the darkness. That's when I noticed the light. At first, it looked like a star. But stars don't move. This one did. Slowly, silently, gliding across the sky without blinking. No sound, no trail. I watched it for a long time, telling myself it was a satellite, until it stopped, right above me. The air felt heavier, like the night itself was holding its breath. Then my radio turned on by itself. Static, low, crackling, whispering. I hadn't touched it. The light in the sky grew brighter, changing colors. White, blue, then a soft, unnatural green. My body refused to move. I tried to step back. My legs didn't listen. That's when I heard the voice, not through my ears, inside my head. Calm, cold, ancient. Do not be afraid. Those words echoed without sound. The light descended. The ground beneath my feet began to vibrate gently, like a distant earthquake. I should have been screaming. Instead, I felt peaceful, as if something had reached into my mind and turned fear off. The world faded. I woke up on a cold surface, metal, smooth. The air smelled sterile, like rain mixed with electricity. Above me, shapes moved behind a translucent ceiling, tall, thin. Their bodies were not what movies show. No sharp teeth, no claws, just elongated forms, glowing faintly, as if light lived beneath their skin. Their eyes were large, not black, but reflective, like deep water under moonlight. They stood around me, silent. Then the voice returned. Your species is young. Images flooded my mind. Planets collapsing, stars being born, civilizations rising and disappearing. I saw Earth from space, fragile, blue, temporary. You listen. That is why you are here. Something touched my forehead. A warmth spread through my skull. I saw memories that weren't mine. Other humans, other nights, other skies answering. We observe. We wait. Then, darkness. I woke up in my yard. The radio was silent. The stars were normal. But my watch was gone, and I was missing 4 hours. For weeks after that night, I couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw the sky moving, still watching, still waiting. Sometimes, when the room is quiet enough and the night feels heavy, I hear the static again, and I know they never really left. The door creaked open slowly. Someone was inside. She held her breath. For days after October 17th felt wrong. Not dramatically, not obviously, just off. Like someone had adjusted the world by 1 degree and I was the only one who noticed. I went back to work at the gas station, pumped fuel, made change, smiled at customers. But inside, I was different. The sky looked different now. Every night, I found myself outside, staring upward, searching. My neighbor, Mrs. Chen, noticed. She was 74, lived alone, kept to herself mostly. But one evening, she walked over while I stood in my driveway. "You see them too?" she asked. Her voice was quiet, certain. I turned to look at her. "See what?" She pointed up. "The Watchers." My heart stopped. "How long?" I asked. She smiled sadly. "Since 1966. Korea. I was a girl." We stood there together in the darkness. Two people who knew something the world didn't believe. "They come back," she said. "Once they choose you, they always come back." That night, I couldn't stop thinking about her words. How many others were there? People living normal lives, carrying impossible memories. I started researching. Late at night, in my small living room, I scrolled through forums, websites with bad design and worse reputations, places where people shared stories they couldn't tell anyone else. Most were clearly fake, attention seekers, conspiracy theorists, but some had the same tone, the same quiet certainty, the same missing time. I found a post from someone in Montana. October 2009. Lost 4 hours. Radio turned on by itself. They said, "You listen." The exact same words. My hands were shaking. I sent a message. 3 days later, I got a reply. "We should talk, but not online." He gave me a phone number. I called at midnight. The voice on the other end was tired, careful. "My name is David," he said, "and if you're calling me, you're one of the chosen." Chosen for what? Silence, then, to remember. Over the following weeks, David and I spoke often. He told me about the others he'd found, 12 people across North America, all contacted between 2007 and 2009, all missing the same amount of time. "They're preparing us," David said. "For what?" "I don't know yet, but something is coming." I wanted to dismiss it, call him crazy, hang up and forget. But I couldn't, because every night when I closed my eyes, I saw their ship. The cold metal walls, the beings moving in coordinated silence, the images they placed in my mind, and the feeling that I had been marked, tagged, like an animal released back into the wild, carrying a tracker. One night in November, I woke up at exactly 2:43 a.m., the same time as before. My bedroom window was open. I never left it open. Outside, the desert was silent, but the air smelled like electricity. I walked to the window and looked out. Standing in the distance, maybe 200 yards away, was a figure. Tall, still, silhouetted against the starlight, not moving, just watching. I blinked. It was gone. But on my windowsill, I found something. A small object. Smooth, dark, warm to the touch. It looked like stone, but felt alive somehow, pulsing gently. I held it in my palm and felt the warmth spread up my arm. Images flashed. A door opening, A room filled with light, a voice saying, "When you are ready, you will understand." I dropped it. The object didn't fall. It hovered for a moment, suspended in midair. Then it gently landed on my dresser. I didn't sleep the rest of that night. I sat in the corner of my room, staring at the object. By morning, I had made a decision. I called David. "They came back," I said. "I know," he replied. "They came to me too." "What do we do?" He paused. "We wait, and we listen, because that's what we were chosen to do. Listen."